It's Jake Paul 101 all the way, okay? Takes on older people, initially people that weren't even boxers.
It's Jake Paul 101 as far as possible. Okay, takes on more seasoned individuals. Ooh, at first individuals that weren't even fighters began with basketballers. Then it was grapplers, then it was blended military craftsmen. So you know how Mike Tian he attempting to punch to the rear of your head, so essentially every time he punched at the face, he got to fundamentally stop his punch. The conflict between boxing legend Mike Tyson and YouTube sensation turned fighter Jake Paul has taken a savage turn with Tyson. One striking message aimed at Paul with idioms stewing and expectation working for their looming standoff. Tyson's message fills in as an obvious advance notice and statement of plan. The contention between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul has been fermenting for quite a while, energized by a mix of boasting, inner self, and common contempt. Tyson, a venerated figure in the realm of confining perspectives, Paul's raid to the game with distrust and has not been bashful about communicating his questions, seeing Paul's authenticity as a warrior. On the other hand, Paul, known for his frank nature and penchant for working up contention, has savored the valuable chance to incite Tyson and earn consideration for their approaching conflict. Reports have surfaced demonstrating that the approaching confrontation between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will be a completely endorsed proficient bout affecting the authority records of the two pugilists. This disclosure has sent shockwaves through the boxing local area, which at first hypothesized it would simply be a display session. In spite of the wariness, Jake Paul seems undaunted, strongly giving a knockout admonition to the unbelievable Iron Mike. Many uncertainty the practicality of such an accomplishment, repeating the feelings shared by Norris Cole in regards to Jake Paul's possibilities in this high-stakes battle. The expectation encompassing this unavoidable session has lighted intensity among the two fans and savants. Anyway, what experiences might we at a point gather about the proper affirmation of this conflict? Also, might Mike Tyson at any point persevere in an authorization match against the energetic life of Jake Paul? The forthcoming match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, booked for July 20th at Texas A&T Arena, has lighted enormous energy in the realm of battle sports. Notwithstanding the huge age hole among Paul and the resigned heavyweight champion, Paul strongly attests his aim to take Tyson out anyway. Late preparation film of Ron Mike proposes that this session won't be a stroll in the park for the youthful powerhouse turned fighter. Another Paul, who tries to turn into boxing's driving figure, enthusiastically declared the battle with the 57-year-old legend. He stressed the notable meaning of the occasion being communicated on Netflix, denoting an achievement for the stage with its live games inclusion. Paul oozes pride as he expects to step into the ring with Tyson, a titan in the realm of boxing. He energetically names the forthcoming match as a competitor for the title of the century's most prominent session, showing unflinching trust in his capacities. With a shameless smile, he kids about making Tyson his sweetheart, brazenly parading his striking persona all through his comments. Paul easily consolidates love for Tyson's inheritance with his own venturesome test, perceiving Tyson's standing as an imposing and heartless boss, known for his impervious safeguard and forceful style. Yet courageous Paul strongly promised to arise successful the evening of the battle. His opinions reverberation, a yearning past simple victory inside the boxing field, meaning to engrave a permanent blemish on the actual game. He imagines a fantastic conflict spanning the gap between two enclosing periods, a confrontation that would stun any average person. The recording embodies Paul's reaction to suspicion and questions in regards to his showdown with Tyson, famous for his staggering punching ability. Notwithstanding counsels from good-natured colleagues about the dangers of confronting such an impressive foe, Paul's assurance stays unfaltering. He shares an individual story of experiencing Tyson 4 years earlier, keenly changed, framing an instance of mixed-up character into a wellspring of motivation for the approaching fight. In the fabulous plan, Jake Paul's announcements influence between significant adoration for Tyson and the boxing domain, and a bold drive to carve his name in boxing chronicles by bringing down one of its transcending champions. His words are created to mix expectation for the approaching session, swearing an experience that astonishes as well as could rethink boxing's direction, while Paul radiates an energy and confirmation in confronting an enemy almost 30 years his senior, he neglects the way that he's difficult Iron Mike considered by a larger number of people as a definitive power to deal with Michael Bisping, an eminent ex-UFC middleweight champion celebrated for his unfiltered C's on bat. Lee Sports as of late said something regarding the profoundly discussed confrontation between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. His reaction was a blend of wonder and misgivings, seeing the actual conflict as well as concerning the more extensive consequences for the two pugilists and the boxing domain all in. All know on the grounds that sometimes people change, but don't count on it since he is a genuine contender. He's produced using that sort of DNA, and he likes it, needs to get back in there, go facing a youthful book. Okay, I don't have any idea how old Jake Paul is, 27, 28, 100% thriving, yet this is crazy. And this being vo uncertainty, after finding out about the battle's affirmation, complementing the glaring hole in age and master tease between Tyson and worship boxing veteran and Paul, a general rookie with a foundation basically established in diversion and virtual entertainment. As Tyson moves toward his 60th year, the huge age hole among him and Paul sparkles concerns in regards to the decency and security of their forthcoming session. Bisping accentuated the likely perils to Tyson's well-being, considering the thorough requests of expert boxing and the intrinsic dangers related with contending at such an old age, while Tyson's distinguished past lays out him as an imposing presence. Re-emerging the ring against a fundamentally more youthful rival endangers the two his actual prosperity and the honesty of his heritage. Additionally, Bisping handled the overwhelming possibility that Jake Paul faces, despite Paul's confidence and his history of wins against non-boxed competitors and resigned warriors. Confronting Tyson presents an altogether unique type of challenge. Bisping thought that regardless of whether Paul were to arise successful, the way of his success could go under serious investigation. Overcoming and maturing Tyson may not collect Paul the regard he wants inside the boxing local area. While a misfortune could be deciphered as a significant mishap, Bisping dug profound into his examination, zeroing in on the warriors as well as investigating the more extensive ramifications of the occasion. He raised questions about Tyson's explanations behind tolerating the battle, considering whether it was absolutely monetary profit or a certified longing to reappear the cutthroat field that persuaded him. Additionally, Bisping censored the actual matchup, featuring a disturbing pattern in battle sports where conspicuous scenes eclipse veritable athletic contest. He advised that this turn imperils the respectability of boxing as it focuses on high-profile presentations over credible brandishing challenges. Then he loses to Tommy Rath. Then he's like, think all that, okay, surrender me. Some bum. Okay, I failed to remember what its identity was. It Andre August? No, it was it. Andre August, anything his horrendous name was correct. Then it was Ryan Borland, and I'm accepting the business didn't do excessively well, so presently, he hauls up Mista in spite of his scrutinizes bizbizing. Perceived the extensive public interest encompassing the session, crediting it to the unprecedented matchup, the fascinating characters included, and the foundation of Netflix, indicating a wide crowd claim and significant monetary profit for the occasion. Bisping conceded that according to a special viewpoint, the battle could be considered a brilliant idea, starting fervor and drawing watchers past the standard boxing devotees. Remarkably, it's not exclusively specialists who are saying something regarding this matchup. XNB legend Gilbert Fields, as of late, shared his captivating viewpoint on the profoundly expected confrontation examined on his show. The board on Gil's Field. Fields and his group offered a blend of suspicion and diversion as they dug into the approaching session among Paul and the impressive Mike Tyson. The discussion fixated on Paul's chances against Tyson, analyzing elements, for example, their disparate boxing foundations, age differentials, and surprisingly, the chance of the match being coordinated for greatest scene. Fields dug into Tyson's emanation of terrorizing, pondering his own scrutinizing cycle, while examining a face-off with the unbelievable fighter, highlighting Tyson's persevering through strength and fierceness. This ignited a vivacious discussion concerning the well-being measures evidently carried out during Tyson's show session with Roy Jones. It was reputed that Tyson was limited from releasing full power punches or taking out Jones. The conversation took a comical turn when the board flippantly recommended the requirement for a Mike Tyson "don't take him out" proviso for Jake Paul's security. The discussion then At that point, dug into Tyson's considerable punching influence, with all board individuals agreeing that Paul still can't seem to confront somebody with Tyson's knockout ability. They energetically